Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever time it is. This is yet another amazing session of the KAZI Dubai webinar, where we bring you amazing information about career development, the job market, particularly in Dubai, but also in the UAE. So, KAZI Dubai obviously is a platform to inform you. Now, those who are in Kenya, you've heard about all these scams, and it's something that happens across the world, honestly. But speaking from Kenya, where I'm from, we've had a lot of scams. Just the other day, we had a scam of a certain pastor who conned guys of 600 million Kenyan shillings. That's like what? That's like 5 point something million dollars. You know, a few months ago, we had an issue in the Wasingishu County where government officials promising jobs going to Finland, again, swindled people of a lot of scholarship, sorry, scholarship, funding. But the point is, there's a lot of con and scams that are going on, and particularly because a lot of people don't take time to find out. Okay, you want a job in Dubai. Uh, what's the job market down there like? What qualifications do I need to be able to get a job down there? You know, so and that's a gap that we are really passionate about, feeling and passionate about making sure that everybody knows what's happening and why what you need in order to get a job in Dubai. So let me just do a quick check, make sure we are live on all our platforms. Those who are joining us on YouTube, just confirm that we are live. Those who are joining us on LinkedIn, just say a big hi. Make sure we are live. Um, those joining us on Facebook, also just tell us you're live. And let's kick it in. Send your questions, please send your questions. We have lined up an amazing panel of HR experts who understand the job market in Dubai. Because let me tell you, one of the biggest problems we have in this whole conversation is more often than not, guys just want to pay money to an agency, let's say in Kenya or in Pakistan, in South Africa. You just want to walk into the office, pay them, and then, after a week, get a job or send your CV and you're sent your offer letter, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, this person is in your country, this person is in Kenya, and I'm not saying all agents are fake, that's not the point. But my point is, you're dealing with someone who is in your country instead of talking to the people who are in the target country where you want to get a job. And that's why we bring you every single week on Mondays, we'll be bringing you a panel of experts from Dubai, people who are active in the HR space in Dubai, so that then they get to give you direct access of what exactly is happening on the ground. And one of the things today we're looking at is navigating the Dubai job market. We'll also be looking at how to enhance long-term success. We'll be touching a little bit on some of the unspoken biases that are there in Dubai when it comes to the job market, particularly for people from certain parts of the world. We'll also be looking at some of these employment scams and what are some of the signs that you can avoid being conned. The first tip I can tell you, please join our webinar every week. That's one sure way of making sure you don't get conned. Because the amount of information that we share with you is really going to help you to be a bit more savvy. I can see Nimo Mamui saying hi. Hi back to you. Um, so yeah, join in, share, and let's get informed. Let's get educated. Because at the end of the day, information is power. Now I'm trying to see if we are live on. If you're watching us from Facebook, just say hi. I'm trying to refresh. Yeah, I can see it's good. It's good. It's good. So yeah, we're definitely live on all the platforms. So let me bring in my brother from another mother, my partner in crime, Hassan.
Hey
Hi, Hassan.
everyone, welcome back. Hey Bonnie, how are
Hi.
you?
Introduce yourself for those who don't know you.
I'm Hassan, CEO of HD Crew Dubai. Hi, hi everyone. I'm the CEO of Human Transformation Crew here in Dubai. We run a management consulting and training company, and we're also the license owner of Disrupt HR Dubai as well. And we will to talk more on it afterwards. So, Bonnie, take it away.
Awesome. Oh, and I didn't introduce myself. I assume people know me, as the name suggests. I'm Bodhi Nyaga, CEO of Mawaida Africa. Mawaida Africa is a marketing and communication agency, which is extremely passionate about empowering Africans and really helping Africans, um, you know, grow globally. And this Patakazi Dubai is one of two of our global expansion programs. We have the Africa UAE Business Summit, where we help entrepreneurs grow globally. Then we have Patakazi Dubai, where we are helping Africans and everyone in the world, grow their career and expand and find opportunities in Dubai. And so, what are we tackling today, Hassan?
So we would be looking into a whole new concept of job competencies and employee retention, and we have one of the most experienced speakers with us, which is Kavita. She's a knowledge powerhouse within her own self. So if she would be taking us down the road on on retention, on the job market, and also on the job competency part.
Mm, awesome. Now, how important before we even introduce her, how important is it for guys to have job competencies? Because I've interacted with some people who are looking for a job, even preparing for this webinar.
Mm.
Shared the link, and a lot of guys are saying, "Hi, Bonnie, I'm looking for a job in Dubai." Everybody, there are a lot of people who are looking for jobs. So then when I ask them, what kind of job are you looking for? They're like, Bonnie, just any job is okay as long as I just get there. So then I ask them, what's your qualification? What's your, um, why is it that everybody knows the kind of car they want to drive, but no one knows the kind of job they want to get?
Actually, you see, job competencies are crucial for several reasons. So, number one is clear expectation. What the employer is expecting from you and what you would be expecting from the lawyer, from the employer, right? Number one. Number two is effective recruitment. So, by identifying the necessary competencies of what you have and what the organization requires, that actually fills the gap for the employer, and they can that and they can also see you as a potential employee with themselves. Then is your organizational alignment, right? So what competencies does is that you are connected with an organization in such a way that it brings in harmony in your entire recruitment and your selection process. So without your job competencies, if you so if I want to drive a BMW, and the competencies I have is for driving a Honda Civic, so you know so that is how competencies actually work.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you don't even understand what competencies are required for a particular job, how do you even know what job then
You
to
know,
look for? Because it's like shooting in the dark.
so let me share an example with you. Today I got a call from somebody, and she was the person was actually looking for a job, and when I asked her, "What do you do?" She said, "I'm a recruiter." I said, "Okay, what kind of a recruiter?" "I'm a recruiter." I said, "There are plenty
Mm,
kind of recruiters. What is
mm,
your expertise? Is it on technical skills,
mm,
technical positions? Is it on top management positions or
mm,
mid-career positions, or you work with
mm,
technical, lower technical positions?" "Oh, I can do any kind of recruitment." So when you're working in Dubai, you are counted by a lot of professionals in the market. It's a ratio of I mean 1 into 700, 1 into 800. You see,
mm,
because you have a lot of people there. So you need to identify your competency. That competency is
mm,
your niche. You know,
mm, mm,
when you understand your niche, you know which employer to tap, which organizations to tap.
mm,
So you're on the point rather than sending CVs to 300 companies and then getting no response. So if you actually want a
mm,
response,
mm,
you need to know what you're good at.
mm,
So if I'm good in HR, but I say no, I can do accounting as well. But everybody
mm,
can do accounting, but are you competent enough to handle that job for a particular company? So
mm,
uh, people so somehow say, "Oh, you're an HR consultant. You can do behavioral analysis as well." I,
mm,
I said, "Yes, I'm an HR consultant, right? But I'm not a psychologist, and I'll be looking into behavioral aspects." So you see, you need to have your niche. You need to have you need to know your core. So
mm,
you're aligned, you have
mm,
clear expectations, and the
mm,
employer also knows that this is the person I want to hire because this
mm.
person actually fits on the JD that we have given out. So that is the importance of competencies. Yeah.
Mm. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, without any further ado, I think I'm gonna welcome Kavita to introduce herself. Um, Hi, Kavita.
Hello, Bonnie. Hi, Hassan. How are you?
Hi, Kavita. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Alhamdulillah.
So, kindly introduce yourself. Um,
This is one of the most difficult things that I despise, but I'm gonna stop. Try and not be narcissistic. Kavita Srinivasan here to everybody who's listening. I'm the founder CEO of K&S International. I also sit on board of a couple of companies and currently also work as head of business development with an organization that's into special education, vocational skills for people of determination. Having said that, thank you so very much, Bonnie, for having invited me on this. And Patakasi is something that I've been intrigued by as soon as I heard the name, and I do hope that I can add value to your viewers who are wanting to gain some knowledge on what is it that they would like to do, how do they go about it, and how do they explore and swim through the job market in Dubai. Yeah, thank you.
All right, great. So my actual first question from you for the audience is, so it's very simple and brief. So what steps do I need to do if I want to land myself a job in Dubai? Simple steps.
Very simple step I would say is, first of all, know yourself better than anybody else knows you guys. Don't expect people to figure out who you are, right? And one of the most important things is, what are you competent at? What is that
Mm.
one thing that you can say, I am good at this? It cannot be that somebody asks you, what are you good at, and then you're applying for every job like a crazy banshee, going around on LinkedIn or anything and applying for every job just because you want to be here. Please don't do that. It reduces your value, and it also frustrates you. It disappoints you, and it gives you a very low self-esteem. So when the time really comes for you to be interviewed, you will not be able to fly through that interview. You will not be able to pass with flying colors. So one of the most important things is, know what you're looking for, know it, and then choose the jobs that are competent for you. Okay, chances are, first competency, you say, okay, I'm an extremely good tech expert or technology expert, but there are no jobs there. What is the next thing you're good at? So always have a plan B. It has to be one of these two. It cannot be a Z. It is either plan A, plan B. Please don't go to Z. So very importantly, find out what it is and then scout for jobs that are for your competency and skills. And if you are seeing that it is not any of those that fit into it, quickly build skills for the relevant jobs that exist in the market. Going further down, I'll tell you what the market looks like and what they're looking at. Yeah.
And one small thing that I wanted to ask you, because from one HR to another HR is, so what people don't actually understand is differentiating their skills and their competencies. So when you're actually writing a CV, or you're writing a profile, people do not know how to differentiate between what I need to write under a skill, or what I need to write under a competency. So
Exactly.
your opinion on it?
I totally agree with you. There are two different things. You're competent at something and you have the skills to do it. Okay? Skills are what you need to make yourself competent at a particular job. These two are entirely two different things. Kindly don't mix it together. Okay? If you do not know a meaning of something today, kindly go Google up. There is lovely chat GPT that will tell you what competency and job skills are. Please do not drive HRs mad. And a resume, if you want it to be as complicated as possible, make it, but you should be able to fly through it. When the HR asks you, you will have to know your resume. Don't put things that you don't know just because it looks good. And then when you are questioned about it, you would be like, okay, you're gone.
It's very true,
So
very
this
true.
generally happens. People like looking good on a resume, but when they are hired or when they go through the interview, you find out that zip zilch zero. So I've seen some amazing, amazing applications with people who are very, very supposedly high qualified, who say they know a lot of things and they don't. So be very, very simple and sweet and honest. Honest. Honesty pays off in a very, very big way because it shows
Right.
that you're high on ethics and integrity.
Hmm. Right.
Yeah.
So as per your experience, and as per how you're looking at the job market is Dubai. Do you have some? I mean, can you share some insights for our audience of
Oh yeah.
what the landscape looks like in Dubai? What are the sectors? What are the areas that people should be focusing on?
Currently 2024, 2025, definitely looking very, very good for certain industries, of course. So because of the fact that it is being driven by economic growth, and there's a lot of diversification that's happening in UAE, right? So there's a lot of efforts that are being put by the government. So hence there are a lot of jobs that are coming out now. What are the industries? I would say if you're looking at a sector, it is basically knowledge based industries. You can look at technology, finance, healthcare. Now, these three are looking for talent. There's a very, very high demand for these three that I've been seeing. Okay, quite a lot of jobs. You can look at jobs like jobs in data science or software development or AI and cybersecurity. My gosh, quite a lot. Okay,
Hmm.
now you might be wondering, oh my gosh, none of these. She just said all these things that are high flying jobs. What am I going to do? Calm down. No, you're also not left out. One of the most important things that is also happening in the UAE is that we are definitely attracting a lot of entrepreneurs, right? There's a startup ecosystem that is growing at a phenomenal pace, which means that your opportunities in e-commerce, in digital marketing, business development, sales, customer experience, customer relationships, these are also growing. So I look at a very brilliant future because of the fact that this particular region I don't think is going to take a dip because people have been scaring everybody. Oh my God, recession! Oh my God, this doesn't look like it. We're doing quite well, and I think it looks very, very bright. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bonnie, do you have a question?
Yeah, and I think also something that maybe we touched on in the backstage, because now it is true that Dubai is attracting cosmopolitan people from all over the world. About only I
Yes.
think 10 to 20% is local. Everybody is from everywhere else. Um, how does that affect, let me say, the unspoken bias that typically tends to be there? I mean, across the world. It's probably more in other areas, but I mean, if people are coming from wherever they come from, they come with a bias. So there's a chance that some of it lingers. What are some of those unspoken bias that you see in the job market, and especially talking to, I don't know how to put it bluntly, talking to black and brown brothers and sisters? What are some of the things that guys need to understand about the market?
Yeah, I will be very blunt when I'm answering that, because you see, I've been in different parts of the world. And speaking about the elephant in the room or the writing on the wall is important. Okay. If we say that discrimination does not exist in the world, we would be wrong. Okay. Because irrespective of where you are, people are people, right? And there will be discrimination. Now, how do I make sure that I am brown, I come from a part of the world where generally, we are not taken well, or we are not received well? How can I make a difference? I can make a difference when I present myself in a better way, when I present myself in a more intellectual way, when I do not have to be a PhD or a master's or an MBA, but if I can converse well, if I have a great attitude, if I'm wearing my attitude on my sleeve, that's very important. See, everything else can be learned, skills can be taught, but you can never teach attitude. So
Mm,
having a positive demeanor, a positive attitude, uh, a congenial attitude, a teamwork kind of camaraderie, and an acceptance. If you are non-judgmental, you can expect that irrespective of how judgmental somebody else is or discriminatory it is, when you are accepting, eventually it grows upon people and you get respected. Discrimination is something that will be there, because irrespective of which country or which part of the world we come from, even in our own countries, we have somebody calling us, fat, thin, black, white, you know normal, abnormal, special, mentally retarded. They say all these words, they really do, without even realizing how important it is to measure your words, because words have temperature. Words have temperature, and hence, when you are subject to that, I think you need to be very, very I will not say diplomatic, but I think you can be very categorical and saying, okay, I just got discriminated, maybe this is not the organization for me. Don't go back to it. Don't lose your
mm,
self-respect, because there are some times when we need to put our foot down and not compromise our dignity and self-respect. It'll be there everywhere. But I must say, personally speaking, this country has been a melting pot for so many cultures, so many cultures. Now, if we come from any of the parts of the world, I'm sure that our own people might end up discriminating us more than somebody else, frankly speaking. So UAE is very, very welcoming of people from different nationalities. And by the way, they are taught to be tolerant. One, because of their faith, and two, because of the fact that that's the way the leadership is. They welcome it. But having said that, you might find that sometimes it may not filter down to the grassroots level, because the person at the grassroots level is probably somebody like you and me who has migrated from somewhere. But yet, because they are in a better position, they might do that. It will exist everywhere, but is it rampant? I would say no. I would say no. But when you do see that, I think you can be very, very fair enough and prove yourself. So if somebody thinks that, for example, like I told you, right, when we were speaking backstage, if I'm on the phone, nobody knows I'm Indian. I'm speaking on the phone, nobody knows I'm Indian. Half the times they think that I'm from either the US or the UK, because I can speak in different accents, right? But not everybody can have that. But I have fun with it. I have fun, because at the end of the day, I've just proven somebody wrong by excelling in something. Now, do you need to do that? No, but you can just excel at your job. prove yourself, prove the other person wrong. Simple.
mm.
But if you do
Wow.
see that it sort of is very, very hurting or hurtful,
Mm,
don't compromise
mm,
your self-respect.
mm.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
But
Okay.
predominantly on an overall basis, I think Hassan will agree with me.
Mhm,
UAE is very welcoming of people, unless and until there have been, of course, pockets of people who have, you know, wronged in a very horrible way, or it's been
mm,
they will not judge unless and until it's a whole bunch of them who have created some ruckus, but then they will
mm,
not judge the rest of the population. I think we need to be, uh, I think all of us, different parts of the world, we all have our little bit of idiosyncrasies. I think
mm,
we will
mm.
forgive everybody of the idiosyncrasies and be more inclusive as we will be
No,
more inclusive.
it happens. It happens. I mean, here in Kenya, we do have tribalism as much as we are all
Yeah,
Africans. People from a particular tribe, and
yeah.
especially around politics. Not so far in Rwanda. You remember in the 90s, there was a
Yeah.
genocide.
Oh yeah.
More than 1 million people, killing each other, and both of them are Rwandese. They're both Africans. In fact, a Hutu and a Tutsi, you literally can't even tell the difference.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think it's human nature to have bias.
Yeah.
And I think that's also one of the reasons why Hassan and I started Patakazi Dubai, because through this through these conversations, the HR people in HR will be able to engage with
Yeah.
people from all over the world, and you'll be able to see, oh, there's actually potential in Pakistan. There are some really good professionals in India. There are
Yeah.
good professionals
Yes. Yes.
across Africa, and the UK and other places. So
Yeah.
that then you don't just always focus on, because as human beings we have a tendency of always reaching out within our comfort zone.
Generalizing. Yeah.
Yeah, so we generalize, and then also if I'm a recruiter, I'll stay within my circles.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
and that's the beauty about this platform. We get to engage, we get to hear from people from different parts of this world,
Yeah.
and so hopefully you start to see that
Yes.
there are people at the end of the day.
Exactly. And I think that is one of the most important things. If you want somebody to accept you as you are, have you made yourself acceptable?
Mm, mm,
So when I look at myself in the mirror, I know I'm acceptable because I can accept myself. I've read my own book. So I know that I can, an employer can find value in me. So what is that value that you can give to the employer? Build on valuing yourself first. Build a value for yourself, each one of us. So, and look at us, all three of us are from three different countries. But
mm,
then, we have decided to erase the borders. We
yeah.
want to be a borderless entity. And I think I would definitely urge, if there are HRs over here who are watching this show, I would definitely urge them to be as inclusive as possible. So uh, across the world, no matter what, I think, like I was telling you just some time ago, sustainable mankind is the only ask, guys.
Mm,
We need to be there for each other, not against each other. And
wow.
for that to happen, all of us need to make sure that we have integrity, we are ethical, we are
Mm,
honest to goodness. Please be factual, be honest about yourself, and be honest to yourself first.
mm,
And it should
amazing.
be, at the end of the day, it shouldn't be the paycheck. Don't work for the paycheck.
Mm,
The paycheck is only a byproduct. Money is a byproduct of what you do. If you
mhm.
give importance to the money, then you're going to compromise on what you are.
Right. Very, very true. And thank you for the, the look and how to become a more effective human. Once again. Okay. So,
We're talking about
coming
human
back.
resources now.
You were talking about human resources now. So Kavita, given the evolving nature of the job roles in today's dynamic market, and especially in Dubai, which itself is a very evolving and dynamic market,
Yes.
what are the specific competencies do you think are becoming critical for people to have for the this particular market?
Like I said, right? So, for example, technology is important. Now, technology in what form? So if you're talking at the higher level, we are talking about cybersecurity, AI, software development, data sciences. This is the higher rung, right? But do we ignore others? No. You look at digital marketing, you look at e-commerce. If you don't have
Mm,
any of these basic skills, guys, pick it up. It doesn't cost a lot and it does not take a lot of time. Okay, spend time on it and pick it up. It's very important. Communication skills, soft skills are very, very important in today's market across the world, by the way. Soft skills are very, very important. Verbal and non-verbal language, you really need to learn. They say, what do they say? I think there is a one man's tea is another man's poison, something like that.
mm,
So what is okay in your country may not be okay here. So you have to learn the cultural sensitivities of the UAE. That's very, very important. If you're going to come work here, whether it is wishing, whether it is saying certain things, whether it is doing certain things, please be very sensitive to the culture. This is a rich culture. They are very, very proud of their culture. So do not come here because you're being watched always. You may think that you are not. Your social media, everything that you say, everything that you do is definitely being observed. So if you want to be hired, you need to be sensitive to the culture too. But very important skills to pick, I would say, is basic computer skills, definitely, definitely needed. Anything to do with digital marketing, anything to do with programming, um, real estate. For example, real estate is a booming industry over here. Travel and tourism, again,
mm.
something that you can pick up on. And these are all things that it doesn't take a long time, because you see, if we are talking about September right now, so the best period, the most favorable period to apply for jobs or look for jobs in the UAE is Jan Feb. So you have another about 4 or 5 months to pick up a skill. So go and pick it. And it doesn't cost a lot. And very importantly, I think one of the things I'm sure that Hassan, I don't know if you have gone through something like this. Go look at courses in, for example, Harvard, by the way, has a free course in data science. For the certification, you have to apply. It's a very
Yeah.
small amount, but otherwise you can learn Python. You can learn Python is also something that part of data science. You can pick up skills. You may not need a certificate all the time, but skills are important. So I think that
Okay.
that is very important. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. So, in your opinion, what are the biggest mistakes that people make while applying for a job in Dubai?
Oh, first mistake that they make is falling to scammers. If anybody is promising you the sun, moon, and the stars, guys, start thinking. And if any of the mails come from recruiters, personal mails, a big no no. If it is coming from an organization and then the organization says, for us to be able to apply for jobs for you, blah, 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 you have to pay so many dollars or so many dirhams. Totally no, scam. So none of the organizations that hire charge, by the way. They do not
Mm,
charge. So whatever it is, every recruitment agency, by the way, has a mandate with the organization that is hiring. They get paid upon your being placed. They don't have to charge you. They get paid by the organization that they have a mandate with. And if somebody is telling you, kindly do not be desperate, do not show your desperation, because your desperation is the key point that they look for to be able to scam you. Okay. And when you're looking for a job, make sure that your social media that they can track on does not show stuff where, oh my god, I'm desperate, you're not putting out your feelings out there. Don't wash your dirty laundry in public, because that's what people will cash in on. Okay. So make sure that you're not giving too much of access of your personal life or your personal trauma or your personal challenges to people out there, because that's what they will use to get to you. So do not fall to scammers. And very importantly, always apply for the jobs that you are competent for. Do not apply for every single thing. And do not tell the employer, I can do anything. Guys, I
exactly.
can do anything is a very, very vague statement. And Believe me, somebody who's on the other side, if he or she is a notorious person, can get you into trouble. So please, it's not I can do anything. It has to be I can do this, this, and this. Period.
Be very specific.
Very, very
Be
specific.
very.
Yes. And the thing is, when you see a job post, please match your resumes to the JD. Do not send us a JD that does not match. Apples and oranges, guys, does not match. When I ask for an apple, I need an apple. You may also have oranges in your resume. I don't want to know about it. Now, when does all that matter? If you're applying for a senior leadership position where you will be handling different departments of verticals, then multiple roles or multiple experiences will matter. But if you're going for a job that is mid level and low level, be very, very specific to the role.
Okay. So, one thing that I've also faced, and usually people from Pakistan, India, Africa, they actually face this cape, and most of the people say it out loud that if you apply for a job from outside of Dubai, you will not get a job unless and until you have a UAE number, or you're in Dubai, and they will not call you and they will not contact you. How true is that?
Well, I must say that that actually happens quite a lot for the positions that they are talking about. The ones who will be cribbing or the ones who are actually talking about are the ones that are the blue collared workers. Okay, the workers that are technically the ones who do not have the skills or the knowledge to be able to be absorbed from outside of the country. If you are skilled, if you are a skilled labor who has very good skills, you have the talent, and they see that on your resume, the visa will be sent out or they will call for an interview. Professional companies will call you for an interview if they see potential. If you do not have the potential, yes, please don't expect. But predominantly, I have also noticed that they prefer for somebody to be in the country because their need is specific and the need is fast, right? So when there is an urgent need, they will look for somebody who's in the country, not outside of the country. Okay, so definitely, it is not about the UAE number. They look for somebody who's in the country. So you could give an UAE number and you could sort of fib about it, and you can get a WhatsApp message. But after that, when they say come for an interview tomorrow, and you say I'm in Pakistan, it's not going to work,
True, true.
right? And that has
Okay.
happened quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah. And, I've heard of from it, and I've seen a lot of people going
Yeah.
through that.
Mm.
So, one thing more from me before Bonnie asks you, how important is it to learn Arabic? Number one, and does it actually impact job opportunities?
Wow. It is important to learn Arabic because you can blend in very well, but it does not have a relevance to getting a job. No, because we are all, none of us speak Arabic. I don't know if you speak Hassan, but I am just learning. The only thing I can speak is tamam, kullu tamam, kafa hala, and I'm learning. Okay, I plan on learning now. You can survive because they do speak English quite a bit, and they're very, very welcoming. One of the most beautiful things I just recently experienced, by the way, when we were working with one of the government organizations, is we thought that they will need our entire report, and we did the translation and everything, and we submitted, and they said, no, 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 we wanted it in English because we're dealing with corporates. And that was such a beautiful thing, because I was very happy, because predominantly you would say all government, and we already had it in English anyway, so it was a 2-minute thing to send it across. But I'm saying that there is a transformation, there is a change. Earlier maybe there was a, but then I would still say it's a beautiful language, and if you can learn it, please learn it. It does make a difference if you're getting into roles where there is predominantly Arabic population. So if your placement is going to be in an area where there's predominantly Arabic people, they would prefer you to know Arabic. If you can, please go ahead and learn it, at least to a certain extent. uh, if you cannot, you can come and attempt to learn after. But then, does it affect job prospects immensely? I don't think so. No, because most of the people in Dubai, if you notice, are expats, right? So we have about I think
Mm,
5+ million. So yeah, we're surviving.
exactly.
Yeah, and I don't
Mm,
think most
yeah.
of them know. I mean, some of them learn over a period of time. Yeah.
Mm. And how much does the amortization has impacted the job market, and and specifically what job families have they actually been affecting?
Okay, it's a very interesting question and a lovely question. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite questions too. Guys, the country belongs to Emiratis. Plain and simple. They deserve to have their jobs. They deserve to have their jobs. They deserve to be in in the organizations. So I absolutely think that it's a great move. However, having said that, somehow because of the fact that it is being implemented in a very serious manner, all of a sudden people are bearing the brunt of it, or they see now every organization requires to have an amount of emirati. For every 50, I think there is one emirati that is required. That's not a bad number. So I don't think that kind of that kind of affects anybody overall, because the country belongs to Emiratis. They deserve to be there.
True.
Now, why people are feeling the brunt of it is because there are people who have actually cut through and formed their own, tribes within them, their organizations, and that has impacted. By the way, when somebody comes from outer, like all of them gang up against that one person, right? And that does happen, by the way. And we are a diverse country with diverse backgrounds, and literally a melting pot. So in this melting pot, having somebody who is Emirati also, I believe, enriches every organization. The reason why is we get to know about their culture better. We get to know about the sensitivities better, because the more we speak to them and the more we get to learn their culture, the more we are accepted. So the acceptability comes when you accept them. So I always say that every land that I have been in, I have accepted it as my land. My land, my people. I don't bring my idiosyncrasies to it. So hence I am accepted, and that needs to happen, right? We within our homes, we are our own people, but when we come out, let us imbibe their culture, learn about them, and be sensitive to it. Then you're accepted more. So emiratization, I don't think uh, creates an impact on all of us or expats who are coming here, but I think it creates the balance in our own countries also. How would we feel if there are a whole bunch of expats, they come and they throw you out of the jobs? You wouldn't like it, would you? So it's their land. They have every right to have is a space or in every organization. Having said that, which cadre you asked is being affected, it's
Yeah.
every organization, every cadre. It is for every 50 employees, they're asking you to have one, which is not bad at all.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's so, let me understand. So the Emiratization is even in the blue collar jobs, or it's only for the
Any
professionals?
everybody, for every 50 people, basically. See,
Mm-hmm.
depends on the organization, right? So they are
Mm.
not saying that you have to have so many blue collars, one emirati. No, they are saying that in an organization, if there are 50 employees, you need to have one emirati.
Mm.
That is what emiratization is. So, and that is not bad. That is
Mm.
not bad at all. That's a lovely gesture, and what it does is it brings in more I think more intelligence into the organization in terms of learning about the culture. It's a cultural uh, you know effect that will, I
Mm.
think it is okay. But the only challenge I think organization will face is finding the right person for the right job. Also they have challenges there. So yeah,
Mm.
they have their own challenges too. So and they are dealing with it. They're dealing with it. One of the most beautiful things that they are doing, that I really I'm in awe of, is they have this platform called Nafis, if you have heard about it, Hassan. And on
Yeah.
that, believe me, they are doing such a lovely job skilling the youngsters,
Mm.
giving them the skills to be able to be employable. So
Mm.
that's a lovely initiative, and something that I sort of, through our other organization. We are trying to work with them. So it's a lovely initiative, but at the same time, no, it's not going to affect all of us from getting jobs. No.
Okay. No, I mean, there's more jobs than there is
Yeah,
even the Emirati.
yeah.
And
I'm
also,
telling
there's
you, see
more
what has
companies that are coming in and opening up. So the supply
see
is too much.
exactly, exactly. And now,
Mm,
especially because they have opened up so many trade, they've signed so many trade agreements and they've started in
mm,
amazing. I mean, the job market is definitely there. It's about you finding the niche for yourself. And very
mm,
importantly, by the way, I should say this, when we're talking about startups, right? Startups and
mm,
entrepreneurs,
mm,
people are always looking at the bigger organizations to hire them. Guys,
mm,
startups will hire you because startups need manpower. Startups
People,
need,
yeah.
yeah, qualified, skilled manpower. They will not be able to afford a lot because they are
mm,
startups. Their cash flow and their situation would be, you know, tighter than the larger organ. But if you can
mm,
join a startup and grow with them, your chances of
mm,
being there for the long haul, if you're a great worker, is much larger. And chances are in this journey, you might end up picking up equity because you stayed with
Mm.
them. It's a great
mm,
thing to do.
mm,
You know, startups might end up respecting you a lot more. So don't be scared to apply to
mm,
startups, especially if they are
mm.
reputable startups
Awesome.
and if they have a good, good backing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, as you're talking of competency and also understanding the job market, there's the issue of, let me call it trajectory. For example, let's say you are a radiologist or you're a doctor or you're a lawyer and you want to transition from Africa, come to the UAE. You probably need some licenses.
Yes.
Um, would you then maybe come in, get a blue collar job, and then as you're doing that, acquire those licenses, or would you get those licenses before you come? What's a career trajectory, and how
Yeah.
do you plan your career trajectory when you're trying to come into Dubai market?
Okay. One of the things, because I come from a healthcare sector, by the way, like I said, I am in too many different sectors and I am a lab technologist by profession from the US, clinical chemistry and
Wow.
hematology.
Mm,
So, having said that, that's a very interesting question you asked, by the way. Many people think that the DHA license is very, very important. The DHA certification is very important to work in the healthcare field itself. But having said that, there are paramedical, you see, they are from healthcare, right?
mm,
Suppose it's a radiologist. A radiologist definitely needs to get his qualification and the DHA certification, but that does not
mm,
stop him from being in healthcare itself. Why get a blue collar?
mm,
So get one
mm,
of the positions in the healthcare sector, which is a paramedical or an allied health, which will allow you to work in the healthcare space without the necessary DHEA thing. And while you are here, you get your qualification and your certification, take the exam and pass it. That's also a possibility. So we need to open our minds. We need to be able to think out of the box. You
mm,
don't have to pick a blue collar job if you are a qualified healthcare professional, but you could
mm,
probably do something that is an assistant or an additional or an auxiliary job in the healthcare sector, which does not need your license. So what you would have done is you would have stepped into the healthcare sector where you're technically qualified from your country, but while
mm,
you are applying and you're doing your certification, taking your exam, you're working in healthcare itself. So you would know first, as soon as you get your licensing done, whether there is something there in that hospital or in
mm,
that facility. Isn't that easier?
mm, mm,
It's about just thinking smart. You don't
mm,
have to step out of your field, because once you step out of your field, by the way, and suppose you're stuck in that and you become desperate and you are dependent on that paycheck, chances
mhm,
are you will be ignoring the fact that you get your certification, and you will just become too comfortable in that position, and then there is a gap that comes between what your profession is and what you're doing, and you may not be able to jump back on the bandwagon again.
wow.
So
Wow.
think about it. So
That
that's
is
a very
amazing.
smart way of working. So work
Mm,
within that arena of what your skill is, but in the jobs that are relating to it, which will not require you to. That's what you need to explore. For example, any healthcare professional can get into medical billing and coding, or they can become a medical transcriptionist, or a paramedical assistant,
Paramedical, yeah.
yeah, things like that. So look at being in the sector,
Mhm.
so you have more knowledge of what's going on, and chances are you might get somebody who's a good Samaritan who will help you, you know give you insights on how to get your license faster, or how you need to prepare for it, and things like that. So it's
Mhm.
people who are in that sector, in that area, who can give it to you. It cannot be somebody outside. If you go and work as a delivery boy at one of the e-commerce, don't expect them to tell you, how to get your
Mhm.
DHA license,
Mhm.
right? So anything
Mhm.
that needs the certification, try to attempt to be in that field itself, related to that
Mhm.
field.
Mhm. That's a very good tip. Very good tip. Very good tip. And um, let me say, one of the things that we are doing in Patakazi is that we have Patakazi notice board and also the Patakazi platform. Kindly, if you want to join us, info@mawaida.com. Email us info@mawaida.com. Kindly, if you're looking for a job in Dubai, in the UAE, join us. And what we're going to be doing, I mean, the webinars are open for everybody, but also when we have all of you in one space, we'll be able to share with us your CVs. Then we'll be able to know what sector are you guys in, and we'll be able to also guide you. Maybe have special sessions of coaching for trajectory, because as Kavita is saying, sometimes just even having a trajectory will really help you, make it through. Because there are a lot of people who go, who, like you said, you have maybe you're a radiologist, or you have a background in engineering, or in a specialized skill, but because you don't have guidance, maybe you go and become a delivery person, and then you lose your career path completely, because
Exactly.
Dubai specialization is really really key. And so it's important for us to get career counseling. And maybe Kavita, you can tell us a bit more. How important is it for guys to have career counseling as they're coming, as they're trying to break into Dubai?
I think that is very, very important, by the way, to speak to people, because even in the semblance of career counseling, people lose money. That's another thing.
Mm,
Exactly.
So
mm,
speak to the right people who are honest enough to really, really guide you guys, because it is important for you to be led by the right people. Do not fall into scams again. In the name of counseling, the kind of gibberish that has been given out,
Going on,
believe.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So like I said, I could write a book on that. All these things, but it is important to
I'll
get.
help you. I'll
I
help you
know.
with.
So
I can. Exactly. I'm so sorry,
so
but
like I
yeah.
said, I'm in, or to all of you who are listening, I'm planning on helping Hassan and Bonnie to be able to take this to the next level, and because I'm connected in a different space. So very, very importantly, we could tell you what you need to, but then guys, build skills. Okay, pick up small skills that you can do. Like I said, there are platforms that are giving you free courses. Even Harvard, for that matter, by the way, has free courses. You don't need to get the certification, but you could get the skills like Python. They're giving something out in data science. I saw a couple of other. Please go and get those courses. Skill yourself. Skill is king on any given day. No skill will be wasted ever. So please, please, please skill yourself. Okay, that's very, very important. And stop compromising on what you need. Yeah.
mm,
Yeah, and the thing I heard about 2 3 days back, somebody was talking about it, and I really liked it. I'll share it with all of you. So in the world that's consistently evolving, the key to growth is not just in learning, but the ability to unlearn and relearn.
Yes.
mm,
That
mm.
is
Yes.
very
So
important.
true.
So we have to
Oh, very,
be
very
so
true.
we so we have to stay adaptable to stay
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, yeah. And
Mm,
I think one of the most important things that I would like to leave everybody with is, guys, don't take chances with life. The only chance that you have, technically got in life is you're born by chance. Everything else is defined
mm,
by your choices. So you're born by chance,
mm,
you're defined by choices. So make the right choices for your life, and remember that you're the entrepreneur and the CEO of your life, nobody else's. So you make a mistake, Bye bye life. So, all right. So
And
you dial 1-800 yourself and say, hello, what is the job that I need? What is the skill that I have? Who is it that I want to be 5 years from now? And that's where you need to be. Okay.
Wow, wow,
yeah,
wow, wow.
because I truly agree with that. But why? Because opportunities are everywhere, but success only comes to those people who are well prepared, who are
Yeah.
persistent, and who are proactive.
Yes.
Mm,
And believe in yourselves,
That
please. Very, very important.
yes,
mm,
that but that is true.
wow,
That is true.
Faith,
wow.
faith in yourself is very important. Faith in
It's
whatever
very
power that you
important.
believe in is important, and that'll take you through.
Mm,
So don't give up on
mm,
yourselves. That's the worst thing you can do.
wow. Mm.
So
Wow, wow. Time really flies. Time really flies, and I can't believe you're almost ending. Let me just give the numbers again. Reach us on +254 755 623 911. That's for WhatsApp, and then info@mawaida.com. Kindly reach out to us as the day goes by, and also reach out to Hassan on +971 52 510 3232. Let me put it up so that you can see it in the, yeah. Reach out to Hassan.
Yes. Hassan at 971-525-103232.
Three two three
thank
two.
you
There you
so
go.
much. So
Yeah.
Kavita, as we're coming, close to ending one of the most interesting sessions and webinars.
Okay.
Can you share your top three learnings in your journey in Dubai? Top three learnings.
Wow. Good ones. I will say, first thing first, stop talking to scammers.
So true.
Okay. Two, don't listen to everything that everybody says to you. Not everything is the truth about Dubai. Okay. So if they say, oh, no, this will happen, no, 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 good things happen in Dubai. By the way, guys, I am the safest in Dubai. I am the safest in the entire
That's true.
world that I have traveled in. I am the safest in Dubai. So Dubai is a beautiful, safe city, and it's a land of opportunities. You need to find that opportunity. And three, guys, Yalla Habibi, come to Dubai is beautiful, but do not trust that you can come here and find a job and then pay your bills. Do not take a chance with your life. Do not gamble with your life. And when you come here, don't get carried away by everything else. Know your pocket and spend accordingly. Please, if you get a job and when you come here, if you get a job, please monitor your finances and only spend what you can. Do not look at everybody else, all the Lamborghinis and the Maseratis and the Rolls Royce, and think that, oh my God, I can go and rent a Maserati. I can rent a. You're broke after 10 days. Okay. Reality, please. So my learnings is I watch a lot and I've learned a lot. And one of the most important things is when you are away from home. Keep as close to home as possible and don't fall into depression. So reach
True.
out, find your tribe. Find your tribe, connect with them, find people who are crazy enough like us to be able to give free advice.
True. True.
Don't go to the ones who will charge you and then not give you the advice too.
Exactly.
So true. So true. So true. Yeah. Wow, that is amazing. Maybe Hassan, you can bring it home.
Sorry.
You can bring it home,
All right.
like your final thoughts.
All right. Kavita, thank you so much for such an amazing input, for such a lively conversation, and our basic aim is to tell the people what is truly happening here.
Yeah.
When we're talking about scammers and everything, but this is the platform that me and Bonnie, and now you're also a part of it as well. We want to tell people how it works here. I mean, don't just
Yeah.
run around, see how things go. learn from us, take our advice. I mean, I'm always available. I know you yourself are also available to just reach out to us, ask us before you take on any step. Maybe we would be able to give you a better
Yeah,
advice. So
yeah.
guys, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for today's session. Thank you, Bonnie, and I especially want to thank the people of UAE African Networking Group. They are the backbone that is giving us the strength to showcase what we have and conduct what we have.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so very much, Hassan and Bonnie, for having me. Thank you, everybody, for attending. One of the most beautiful things about this country is it is a melting pot and it is a dream destination. But at the same
Exactly.
time, it also gives you opportunities. It's a land of opportunities. You just need to know where to tap on, and very, very importantly, network with the right people. Find your tribe. Thank you so much for letting me speak, and I do hope I've brought value to all of you and your viewers. Thank you.
Oh,
You,
yes. Thank you so much,
you,
Kavita, for joining us and for giving us nuggets. Oh, my goodness. You see, you've literally saved the people years and years of agony with just a
Thank
few
you.
nuggets that you've
Thank
shared. I mean, that's priceless, absolutely
you.
priceless. And by the way, guys, this webinar in its entirety will be available on all the platforms on Boniface Naga LinkedIn, on Mawaida Africa, YouTube channel. I'll be sharing links, so kindly watch it, share it, kindly educate yourself. As Kavita has said, stay away from the scammers. Don't listen to the scammers, please. Okay, listen to the
Or else,
facts.
then you have to say, or else don't come home crying, because I will give you a reason to cry. You know, I we have to end this with a very beautiful joke so we can have people laughing. So when I was growing, when my children were growing up, right? One of the things that I told them, by the way, since all of them will probably be young in the audience, I told them never come home crying. Deal with your problems outside. Don't come home crying. So if you, yeah, and I'm like, if you come home crying, I'm going to give you a reason to cry.
Uh,
So yeah, I'm going to give you a real nice reason to cry.
oh wow! Clearly, Pakistan mothers and African mothers have one thing in common.
Listen, it is not just Pakistan, Indian, or African. All mothers go to the same school, Barney. All mothers go to the same university. The same dialogue you will hear across the world in different
Uh,
tones. That's about it. But
uh,
all of them will tell you the same thing. I am the mother. I carried you for 9 months. You will listen to me, or I will throw you out of the house. How many times do you hear that?
oh man.
Or I make you eat your own words.
true,
I'm telling
true,
you.
You
true.
had it right from Mama Kavita. Okay, if you don't listen
Yeah.
to Mama Kavita, don't come crying. And if you come back crying, she'll give you a good reason to cry.
Thank you so much.
oh man,
Thank you.
oh
That was
man, that is
enlightening.
amazing. That is amazing. Unfortunately, we are completely out of time. So kindly, join us next week, Monday, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Same place. We'll be right here, just giving you all this amazing information. Join our Patakazi Dubai platform kindly, so that then we can now, help you and give you more specialized information. Because as we were discussing, there's coaching. You may need some coaching. You may need to understand competencies. Last week, again, we talked about CVs, and every single week we're going to be talking about so much. We only have 1 hour, so kindly join our platform so that then we can help you learn, we can bring down what you really need, beyond just this 1 hour. So, guys, this is it for us. Let's say goodbye to everybody.
Bye bye, everybody. Stay
Bye
safe
bye,
and stay
everyone.
hungry and stay intelligent.